Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. Today we're making sformato. If you don't know what it is, it's a traditional Italian dish that's best described as a crustless quiche or a savory flan. Super delicious, great as a main dish, especially if you're a vegetarian, or as a side dish for lunch, for dinner. There are many varieties and my version of it is asparagus sformato. Let's begin. Start with preparing the onion. We need 1 onion, 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, it depends on its size, and a couple of sprigs of spring onion. We're going to saute them and then add to the main mixture. So just slice the onion and chop it finely. I'm going to first start frying the onion. A couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We'll fry it for about 3 to 5 minutes until it softens and gets sort of translucent, and then we're going to add the garlic and spring onion. And whilst the onion is frying, we're going to prepare the spring onion and just finely chop it. This knife is a flavor of the month. I'm using it for everything. Slicing, chopping. Just a very sharp, very good knife, even though it's supposedly a bread knife. So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes. It's golden and somewhat translucent, and we can add the rest. And also we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. It seems a lot, but this is all the salt we're going to use. The salt will soften the onions and everything else and melt and just blend well with the rest of the mixture. So just cook it for a couple of minutes so that the garlic is not raw to go in the mixture of our savory custard. There we are, another couple of minutes, and you see that the onions and the garlic cooked and slightly caramelized, and that's enough because of course it's going to be cooked further. The onions are cooling slightly. We're going to prepare everything else, and we'll need a blender or a food processor for that. So we're going to add a tub of 250 grams of ricotta cheese, 125 grams of mozzarella. I got a block of mozzarella, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be blitzed, just any size, and 5 eggs. And lastly, we're going to add to that a tablespoon of cornflour, or cornstarch as they call it in America. It's not a cornmeal, it's a cornflour or cornstarch. And now we're going to blitz this until the mixture is smooth. So the mixture is just liquid. So now we're going to pour this mixture into a bowl. As you can see, it's completely smooth. You would know there is a block of mozzarella and ricotta and all the eggs. Next, we're going to add some good turn of black pepper. And the star of the show, the asparagus, 250 grams of fresh asparagus. We'll cut off the hard ends. And now we're going to cut the stems, separate the stems from the tips. And just finely chop it. If you wish, you can blitz it together with the eggs and the cheeses, but I like a little bit of texture, and it will be cooked perfectly. It will be very nice, tender, but we'll have some bite too. This is going in. I can't tell you how incredibly delicious this dish is, either warm or cold. You can eat it the next day if you have leftovers. Now we're adding our onions and garlic into the mixture. Just give it a stir. Oops. And this is it. This is the mixture. And now we're going to prepare the tomatoes that go on top. We need approximately a dozen of cherry tomatoes. Just cut them in half. I can never decide which way I like half tomatoes better. This way or this way. I like it equally, both. I love tomatoes. I love everything. Right, that's ready. Now we're going to prepare the dish. You need an oven-proof dish which you grease with some soft butter. And here I have 50 grams of grated Parmigiano Reggiano, which I divide and will sprinkle half on the bottom and the sides, like so. And now we're going to pour this mixture in. Spread it around a little bit, all the onions somehow will gang up together. That's it. But gently, not to disturb the parmesan on the bottom. And put your tomatoes on top. So delicious and so beautiful, isn't it? Now the tips of the asparagus go anywhere in between. Tomatoes are sinking, which is fine. And the rest of the parmesan goes on top. Now we're going to place it in the preheated to 180 degrees Celsius oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, depends on your oven, until it's all set, puffed up and golden on top. And there it is, 35 minutes it took in my oven. Look at this gorgeous, absolutely outstanding looking dish. It's completely set, there is no wobble, it's perfectly cooked, all golden and with a nice parmesan crust at the top. We'll let it cool a little bit and then we'll take a slice and I'll show you what it looks like inside. So our sformato cooled down and now we're going to take a slice. Not sure if it's going to be a clean cut, but I'll do my best. It doesn't look perfect because we couldn't wait any longer. It will have a much better cut when it cools down, when it's just at room temperature or even cold, because you can have it tomorrow, put it in the fridge and it will slice nicely. But it's absolutely delicious. The nice texture and flavor, of course, from the asparagus, the little tomatoes, the infused custard of the sformato with the onions and garlic. It's just excellent. I hope you try it. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, bye!